Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome back to Atari ST A to Z, a series of short playthroughs of Atari ST games, some which I grew up with and some which are new to me. Today is one of the latter. Today we're looking at No Second Prize, which was a 1993 release by Thalion. Thalion was a company that was set up in Germany in 1988 by a group of ex-hackers and crackers. And because cracking games and removing the protection from them and compressing files and all that sort of thing was often a very complex job, a lot of hackers were very talented programmers in their own right. And Thalion was basically set up by a group of these guys who essentially wanted to go legit. Now, No Second Prize was highly anticipated by a lot of people who both knew what Thalion was capable of and who saw some early versions of what they were doing with it. It was one of the most technically impressive games that Thalion put out in the Atari ST, and indeed probably one of the most technically impressive games on the platform in general. It had 40 frames per second 3D polygonal action, which was pretty astonishing at the time, really. And indeed, the final product seemed to live up to its promise, with some very positive reviews from a variety of publications around Europe when it first came out. So, let's go play No Second Prize.
Okay, here we are with No Second Prize from Thalion. Now loading up Thalion Simulations. This is actually a really impressive game. I don't remember hearing of this before. I remember Thalion being around, but I don't remember this game specifically. But like, look at this intro. This is lovely. I mean, the actual in-game graphics aren't quite as nice as this. But even so, like that sort of lovely stripy sky, the trackside detail, and the frame rate it's running at is seriously impressive. And I think part of the way it was able to do that was sort of deliberately limiting the amount of trackside detail. So like there's just enough there to make it clear what's going on without sort of putting in loads of unnecessary detail. No Second Prize! Alright, so you get the idea from that. Let's actually play it. So this is a... sorry, just adjusting my camera slightly because it seems to be wobbling around a bit. Yeah, this is a motorbike game. That I'm not very good at. And it was very well regarded when it was released in the reviews, but a lot of them highlighted the fact that it was quite difficult to get started with because it was, yeah, there's a bit of a learning curve, shall we say. So here we are. You have a choice of driver to begin with, and that affects sort of the various stats of your bike. So I like some curves. So we'll go with Michelle Dubois, the famous fashion designer from Paris, who drives since her 16th birthday. Perfect in curves and a good end speed. Alas, she and her bike aren't very sturdy and must avoid collisions. And your nickname, Michelle, will do. Alright, this is your next track. Paul Ricard. Track info, if you please. Quite a long track under the sun of France's beautiful south. An extraordinary long straight means an advantage to bikes at a high top speed. Okay, well, let us do it. I'm going to go with automatic gears because I suck. And also, this game is hard enough without having to worry about changing gears at the same time. So, we load. And then we hit the grid. Get ready. And we're off. So where this game works, it's mouse controlled. Rather than joystick controlled, because you have a very fine degree of precision over movement in this. As you can see, you can sort of really... Ooh, dear, oh dear, oh dear me, oh dear. Fine degree of precision, as you can see. Oh my god, that was terrific. There is a key you can press to get back on the track. I think it might be F10, but well, we'll just deal with whatever comes for now. Yeah, this is what the reviews mean by this. Ooh, a bit of it. Let's try that F10 now, shall we? No, that doesn't work. Okay, we'll just go this way. Yeah, you need quite a gentle hand on the old mouse here. And to... Ouch! And to actually slow down for corners. And to not suck, basically. There we go. Straights are fine. It's those bendy corners that cause the problems. I'm still sort of weaving from side to side a fair bit though. But yeah, you can see even in the game, this is moving beautifully slickly. And yes, it's doing that with a lot of popping. But to be honest, who gives a shit? Now you notice overtaking that bike there didn't cause me to gain a position. And the reason for, the reason for that is that a lot of these bikes on the track are regarded as rookies and they're racing at the same time as you around this track. Whereas yours, as you can see from my driving, the best of the best. Yeah, I'm just pushing it too hard around those corners. Need to know when to ease off the throttle a little bit. That's better. You do actually get plenty of warning of the corners in this. Well, there's signs that appear on the track. See there, that's warning us that there's a tight left-hander coming up. We just already didn't need to slow down that much, but you know, it never hurts to be cautious. Especially when your next collision is going to kill you. Oh god, move, move, no, 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 no. Alright, a terrible lap. Let's see if we can make up for any lost time. Although judging by that map in the top left corner, you totally crashed! Oh dear. Yes, let's quit and let's try that again, shall we? Let's give up. All data that hasn't been saved will be lost. I'm okay with that. Let's just go to the training mode because that allows you to pick any of the tracks and try them for yourself. So let's have a go at this one. Brands Hatch. That's an actual course. The most famous English track. Right after the start there is a very difficult combination. A beautiful but dangerous track. Alright. You're on. Let's have no opponents. Let's just enjoy the drive. Don't have to worry about any of that pesky racing. And we're off. Once again. We've got some slightly different trackside scenery this time. We've got the authentic grey skies of the English countryside. Not sure what that spluttering sound is. And you see, even when you say you want no opponents, you still have the rookies to contend with. So they're sort of regarded almost as like natural obstacles on the track. They just happen to be moving obstacles. Ouch. What is that noise? I don't know. It seems to get louder and quieter, which is the strange thing. Ooh. Okay, don't hit them. Okay, starting to get a feel for it now. It's all about the gentle touch. Because as soon as you start trying to slam it around corners, that's when you're going to make a real mess. As you see, you sort of slide out of control quite easily. I have no idea how authentic that is to a real bike, because I've never ridden a motorbike, because I'm too scared to. And not at all because I think I'd ride a real motorbike like I'm riding one in this. Yeah, once you get a feel for the handling, this is actually a very pleasant driving game. Like even in this training mode here, if you just ignore the sort of racing aspect, it's just quite enjoyable just to ride around, to be honest. Just sort of imagine you're out on a nice country drive around Brands Hatch. And someone has left a load of crap in the middle of the road. Alright, tight bend here. Continuing around here. There we are, nicely handled, I think you'll agree. Gaining on the rookies. Oh, bit of weaving required. Again, don't try and do that too fast and you'll be fine. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this game. Now, obviously, it's a game that would reward spending a lot more time with it than we're going to do today, but so taking the time to really get a feel for how the bike handles. And how all the different drivers handle, because presumably I'm just getting to grips with how Michelle's bike handles. And the others will feel quite different. Oh, too fast. Much too fast. I believe there's some sort of replay function as well. How do we trigger that? Like this. There we go. I think there's 4 different cameras you can use for this one. Oh, it's the helicopter following me. That's what the noise was. Look at that polygon bike. Incredible. Yeah, so you can just look at what you were doing and do I want to give up? No, how do I get out of replay? Can I go back to the game yet? Do I have to fast forward through all of this? Oh, there's my terrible cornering. No, let's just skip him back to the start of the replay. How do we get out of this replay mode? Press every key on the keyboard. Oh, that's pause. That's unpause. Yeah, there we are. Spacebar. Doesn't give you a lot of warning before you're back into that race, though, does it? Under control, please, Michel Dubois. You can do better than this. Now into the tight bends. Around here. Oh! Bump into a rookie who just carries on his way as if nothing happened. Excuse me, miss, you alright? Yes, I'm fine. I'm just dying slowly. Oh! Right. Stop sucking, Pete. Don't know how many laps you have to do in this. My assumption would be 3. But then again, this is a simulation. Or it claims to be anyway. So does that mean it's going to make you do 50 laps around Brands Hatch? I don't know. Of course, there's also the possibility that in training mode, it just keeps going. You never know. Anyway, we're on our 3rd lap now. So let's try and finish this lap, and then we'll either switch to another track, or we'll have another go at maybe another go at that first championship race. Now that I'm sort of feeling these controls a bit better. So your bike can turn quite tightly. You just got to not kind of tilt too much. Oops! Or hit anything. Or get out of control on the grass. Finish! I think that's enough of that for now. Yes, I give up. Accelerated time race. No, we don't need that. Right. Let's have one more go at that championship race. And if I crash out and die, fine. I'm going Michelle again because I've got a feel for how her bike handles now. And begin. Alright, let's do this. There goes the helicopter. Presumably they're following the race leader. I'm at the back, but I'm not too far behind them so far. I wonder how you distinguish your actual opponents. Are they a different colour or something like that? Because there seem to be 2 colours of rookies, certainly. There's grey ones and sort of orangey red ones. Oh, I am trailing behind a bit. There's that long straight though. Opportunity to build up a bit of speed. Actually, paying attention to that map in the corner is very helpful, because it gives you a lot more advance warning of when the corners are coming up than the road signs do. So, moderately hard right coming up. That's not a hard right at all. Gentle right coming up. Then a hard right. That's it. Nicely done. I am miles behind, but I'm getting a much better feel for, he says, careening off the road. Getting a much better feel for how this bike is supposed to handle. Evidently not well enough to get out of 6th place, but, well, you know, we all have to start somewhere. I like those pylons. Those are very cool. I was thinking of pylons as quite sort of detailed 3D objects, but actually they're probably simpler to render than the solid polygons, because they're effectively just wireframe shapes. And as anyone who has sort of followed the kind of history of 3D graphics will know, we had a period of wireframe polygonal graphics before we had solid polygons like this. A game having filled polygons was one of the most exciting things ever during the 16-bit era. I was like, oh my god, objects you can't see through. Just like real life. Yeah, we're not catching them at all, are we? Definitely not. I guess if you're riding this Catherine, your main hope is to catch them on the corners, but I'm not taking the corners anywhere near efficiently enough to make up the time required. Whoops! Also, I'm doing that quite a lot, which is not helping my case. Anyway, regardless of how shit I am at this game, ouch! I'm enjoying myself. That's a cool game. I like it very much, even though I suck at it. But anyway, Michelle is out of the race. Let's see just how many laps they go for, because it does continue to simulate the whole race, even after you're out in accelerated time, as you can see. While you just sit forlornly on the edge of the track as a flaming heap of scrap metal, blood and bones. No one really caring what happened to you. Because at the end of the day, all they want to do is win. They're on their 5th lap. Is it 5 laps? Yes, 5 laps. Okay. Well then, that is No Second Prize. A very difficult first-person polygonal motorcycle racing game from Thalion. That, yeah, I might spend a little bit more time with that, because I kind of want to master that. It's a lot of fun. And like I say, a game I'm not familiar with previously, but I do enjoy a lot of racing games from this era. And this seems like a particularly cool one. Anyway, we'll leave that there for today, though. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please help out the channel by leaving a like or a comment and subscribing. New episodes of Atari A to Z are on Tuesdays and Atari ST A to Z on Thursdays. Check out atariatoz.wordpress.com for a full archive. Do please also check out my other projects moegamer.net, where I explore Japanese and Japanese-inspired games from yesterday and today, and videopackgames.wordpress.com, which aims to catalogue the small but well-formed library of the Philips G7000 Videopack computer, also known as the Magnavox Odyssey 2. You can also support my work on Patreon or buy me a coffee. You can find links to do both down in the video description. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.